What should I do if I'm tired of living? The wind and rain do not change my original 2 pieces. This is the first time that little seagulls have flown. If you fly well, you can successfully enter the sea. It doesn't matter if you don't fly. Well, the most important thing is this cruel scene, the protagonist's face on the cliff is all black. But in order to leave this place that doesn't pull birds, he had to choose to go to the sea, fly up. However, the protagonist feels that there is a strange smell on his body. I found out carefully. It turned out to be the smell of poverty, brought by the salary life is like a bell, it's not opening or sending a bell. But the protagonist thinks that poverty is not scary. As long as you work hard, it won't take long. I'm going to die. Forget it, let's change. The protagonist, North Pole tiger, finished. I've done a lot of bad things in my life. I got up early to work in this life. North Pole tiger, the tiger who lived in Beijing without a name. Do you feel a little ugly? What about this? Although beautiful and beautiful, but there are often nightmares. Fortunately, he can rely on his face to eat. By using his face to rub the ground, it is likely to be rubbed by the unknown rat. The so-called head is iron, the meal is steel, a meal that is not tender. The protagonist tried to use the way of self-cultivation, push the mule rat out of the cave. Finally, he succeeded. Look at the rat, since the mule rat refused to eat then. Change to a soft lion, for example, the North Pole tiger. In fact, I fell in love with the winner of the North Pole tiger. I'm going to buy it. After all, Shanfeng doesn't have a good hand ghost, but the North Pole tiger refused to eat. So the protagonist used his own more flexible advantage to attract the North Pole tiger to leave. Finally, he succeeded in getting back. I have to say this, grandson is really good at ice. If there is no accident, I should be able to have a meal today, sure enough. If you can't eat with your face, then don't eat with your face. Of course, the protagonist's friends also think so. Was discovered, don't panic, just keep eating, you can be beaten by your friends. Although I got beaten, fortunately, the food was also stolen. That's great. But it's not hard to see from the protagonist's elegant steps, this is not a loss. There's a ghost, the more you want, the more angry the protagonist. Comes to the territory of the beast ready to continue to pick up. Fortunately, the food here is rich, it's just a little sticky, it's okay. Don't panic when you encounter this kind of, as long as you persist in eating. The tongue is dead. An hour and a half, that is. 3.5 hours later, the protagonist successfully got the big meal ready to buy it as winter food. Wait. Not right, it seems that there are 3 North Pole bears coming to him. Forget it, the other person is wearing a mask. I'm sure you shouldn't dare to touch him. Ghost, it's okay, the matter should not be the worst. Oh no, all the food bought was dug away, the North Pole bear said. The so-called Tao has Tao. Your thing, of course, it makes sense. Well, it really looks like for this. The protagonist gave them the most sincere blessing, forget it. If you say that the success depends on the efforts of the day after today and tomorrow. Let's rest first comfortable. Although I didn't get anything for a long time, but it didn't work at least. I'm tired. The so-called life should be happy. Drink a bowl of good food, for example. The favorite Starbucks of the 2 bears. There are now 365 cups of activities of different 365 days. Ice, etc. It's good to drink ice the most. Important thing is that it's not bitter. It's not necessarily sweet, but sweet is definitely sweet. Love the 2 bears of Starbucks. I recommend the comments to see unlock the freedom of food all year round.